doom. As we come back into your journey, it has certainly been a bit of an interesting time. You've been away from camp for a few days, and the rumor abounds. Though I did swear I saw a lizard folk with a black snake wrapped around his neck, running away on a lizard. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? Regardless, we shall see in the next few hours what comes to bear of your little venture. As returning back into it, as you're standing within what was formerly the site of this encampment, currently surrounded with both the deceased remains of many of the cultists and now captured prisoners, the red-brown walls of this small canyon being tinged with dust, a little bit of sand here and there, as the rust-covered sand starts billowing in from the entrance, as if a wind has been struck up on the outside, forcing it in through the many ways that you found yourselves able to enter into this small encampment. With that, and the whispering winds that seem to pull at the now vacant encampment, tents being blown apart ever so slightly, and the now scattered remnants of what used to be open crates, broken from battle or torn open by you all as you search for treasure, you find yourselves back underneath the scorching sun, a mere few hours after midday, probably sitting around 2:36 currently, as the blazing hot sun scorches you from above. What are you guys all doing?
So we're coming back, right?
Yep.
At this very moment, I would say Jesse is, again, checking mostly his equipment, especially after this rough and tumble situation. He wants to make sure that he didn't... He's a little bit obsessive about his whole, I hope I didn't drop something on the way here. So he is, at this moment, with his half bag open. Right now, he's like in one of those cards with the white...
Okay, let me clarify. You're not back yet. You're still in the encampment. You have not left the...
thank God. I thought for half a second we were in the caravan. Then I'm gonna change.
No, that would have been a very different description.
Thank God. Sorry, I was reading my bonds when you were describing. I wanted to make sure that everything was okay. Well, at this moment then, Jesse is pretty much just gushing. Like, this whole place that we have found, it is literally an achievement. He didn't expect this to happen so soon, so he has found, quote unquote, some sunken ruins about possible Anubian antiquities, and he's probably running like up and down, speed walking up and down, trying to see if he finds any gems, anything that he can take back to Alkirat. And we don't know yet that we're going to go back, right? Like, because I don't think he knows yet. I think the hot water is still not being dropped on him. So he is thinking that he's still gonna go to kind of the keep yet, and she's gonna like, oh, I have a head start. She's like, but yeah, he's probably just trying to uncover any possible gems around the encampment or findings.
As you're continuing to look about, shifting through crates, empty barrels, remnants of tents, and the actual tents themselves, all that you find within at this point, after the few passes your party has already made throughout the area, is merely that of the bedrolls that remain, some straw and hay that was used for bedding, some wooden crates that were being propped up to use as nightstands, and the remnants of old campfires. As unfortunately, you've seemingly has stripped this place bare of any of the resources you had, left there by the cultist.
His eye kind of twitches when he's like in one of those tents after realizing that this entire like incredible finding is just the bare bones, and he kind of like fidgets a little out of like nervous and stress, and he just goes back to the main group and wait in a little bit of frustration, but still looking sometimes at the big statues that cover the encampment.
Yeah, as you look at it, it's a massive... Well, you don't really know what the creature is, but it has the forward paws of a lion, the vague humanoid body of a woman, and the head of also a person with effeminate features. hair being placed underneath a headdress, and a great golden, adornment upon their chins.
True, I have no fucking idea what that is. I kind of looked at it in a very like, oh, what an incredible piece of art. I don't get it, and that's it. He doesn't say that. He's just like, he has that face of him kind of trying to like comprehend it, but no, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, you can roll me a history check if you want.
Oof. Well, I'll see. Can someone roll me a d20, please? May someone be a good Samaritan and do it for me?
Okay.
What was that? No, you cannot stop, Robin. What happened? What did you get?
I got it out.
Does anyone want to stream this for him so that he can actually watch for
No.
your guys' eyes?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The CPU will crash and burn anyway. You guys, I mean, if someone wants to do it, then go ahead. I will try to see it from time to time.
I'm recording, so you can watch it after.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. It was still funny. That was actually awesome. I genuinely panicked when you all started cackling. So that will be a 5. Best case scenario.
Yeah, unfortunately not. As you look upon it, it must be something from a Nubian heritage, but whatever it is, escapes your mind at the current moments.
I kind of like mutter to myself and go like, clearly, this is Anubian. And that's it. That is literally it. Just like stating the obvious, because that's as much as I got.
Cor is following Jesse around, sort of making notes of things that he's looking over, and then probably he's looking over things a lot more excitedly, and she's sort of trying to make sure that the details are right in the recordings that she's making. And she'll try and she'll kind of concentrate on getting the details of the obelisk down on paper. Probably like a piece of paper or two per a note that it's duplicated.
And
Unfortunately for you on this end, all 4 sides are different. They are not the same writing.
Okay.
So it's probably going to take you a significantly longer to transcribe the entirety of this obelisk, especially as it's massive. Somewhere near 25 feet tall at the point, all the while being maybe 10 to 12 feet wide at the base.
Okay.
For Aru, after successfully collecting most of the stuff from the camp, he mostly just focused on Callista, helping her out after the massive blow and the poison and everything she went through. Yeah, she's just still laying there, currently in the remnants of what used to be a cage, probably for like dogs or birds, still laying there using what its remnants as makeshift pillows and bedding, along with pulling her pack out and essentially throwing a large blanket she's rolled up used as a pillow beneath her head, as she's just like, this is certainly not how I expected today to go. Sometimes I wonder why I cannot cast healing magic. Arum just mostly standing there trying to help Callista in any shape or form to, feel better or like that.
Yeah, you see her wince as she kind of has to pull a shard of rock from her the side of her actually, what is that anatomy-wise? Side of her stomach. As a small shard, maybe around like an inch or two long, of jagged stone is literally ripped from the wound. She just hisses slightly as she staunches the flow of blood that starts leaking out, quickly taking her axe and searing it close with another grunt of pain as she stands up, using her axe kind of like a makeshift cane to push herself to her feet. Regardless, we have other things to do. How many were taken captive? How many are dead?
Aru starts quickly counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Just if I correct it right, we captured 5 and the rest is dead.
Alright, well, that's certainly not too bad. Is everyone
Sadly-
else alright?
Most of them, yeah. As long as I see it, our little kobold friend currently handling the captives that was stolen away from the caravan. Two of them focusing on the structures and looks at the one person who didn't got their turn yet, just waiting, doing their own stuff. They are mostly just wandering about, searching. What I see.
Well,
You talking about my character? You see him. I'm just putting on this box that is on. I'm putting a box on my head so that the sun is not in my eyes so much. That's what I'm doing.
The only thing that our dear kobold friend currently protecting himself from the sun. For a poor unfortunate soul, he is.
certainly. I can't imagine being blinded by sunlight. It must be wretched, especially with no shade out upon the dunes itself. Oh, it can't be that bad. I mean, he's still out here, isn't he? Are you sure you're alright? I swear I took more injury than you, and you still look quite peppy. Oh, certainly so. Makara kind of like sticks her head out. I'm doing just fine. You have to keep in mind, she's saying this with a large gaping hole in her chest. You can still see her heart beating through her ribs.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
Oh, he took out the dagger. I mean, the ribs healed quite quick. I'm just fine, no worries. Seriously, it is not something that you should worry yourself upon. I'm a lady of the Carmine family. I can handle myself, I promise. Though, it is a little embarrassing that you're staring right at the center of my chest. It's rude to stare, you know.
Very well. Good point. He goes back to helping. Goes back to just searching for anything. I swear, I felt I saw some potions here. As just Aru looks around, but mostly that's it for me. Carry on.
Alright. After around...
Sorry,
yeah,
carry on.
I do have a question about the obelisk.
Ask away, what's up?
Is it just like black engraving, or is there?
No, it's gold. It's filled with gold filigree.
Okay. So yeah, it's like one material engraved with another material. So
Indeed.
the markings on it they're not monochrome, but they're effectively monochrome. They're like a background and single color.
Yep, though with it being gold, it does catch the light, so that does kind of shift how you the coloration ever so slightly.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that because Core's only got black ink at the moment, so if there was specifications of like different colors.
Nope, simply black and gold.
To be fair, maybe that is something there. Yeah, I will sort of look around the obelisk and see if there's anything to do with the way that the light might or is reflecting off it at different points, and just kind of like have a quick scoot around and see if there's anything interesting there. See if I can like set the sort of put some lights on it. But yeah, just sort of have a look around and see if there's anything around the obelisk. See
Roll
if
me an
it's
investigation check.
Yeah, sure. Is this guidance?
This is guidance. This is a pretty short task.
11.
As you look about, walking around the large square base of the obelisk itself, over the honestly quite impressive marble cobblestones at its base, as you peer at it, casting light or attempting to get the different angles to see if there's anything strange about it, the only major oddity of it is that the light itself doesn't seem to ever go away from it. There seems to be a subtle glow around each of the words written on the obelisk itself, as even in complete shadow, where it should be slightly more difficult, seeing as there's significantly less light behind the large obelisk and the canyon walls, the words themselves are remarkably still legible.
I'll go over to Jesse and point that out to him and ask him if he. These runes and stuff, they glow. You seem to be interested in this stuff. Any idea how it does that? I'm kind of from out of the area, but you seem to have been in and around. Is this normal?
The issue is Jesse's player is currently having a worst case scenario, which is we're trying to figure out what's going on over there.
Oops.
Yeah, Jesse's player is currently pulling a Houdini.
Houdini.
But yeah, Cole will make some. We'll make some notes and sort of notice that Jesse is off admiring the strange lion lady, and there's a lot of more recording that needs to be done. So we'll wait until we're about to leave.
All right. Raphael, what are you doing?
Yeah, so I'm going to be right over here, over by the prisoners, and try to tend to their needs and make sure that they actually survive, so we can interrogate are in good condition. Well, relatively good.
All right, roll me a medicine check.
Okay.
Over the first 15 minutes or so, as combat ends and everyone else begins looting about, checking through the various different containers and tents to essentially strip the place bare of anything of value, you spend that time instead keeping an eye on the prisoners. All of them, one who had surrendered outright, is still kind of shivering, like holding the blackened veil that around her face, seemingly panicking ever so slightly, while the rest are covered in quite a few different injuries, from that of mere slashes, others to bruises, and to the two unfortunate fellows that got used as human weapons against each other, their entire torsos are just one large bruise. As you kind of press about, looking through the injuries, you realize quite quickly that those two were quite nearing death and able to apply a quick bit of medical triage to keep them awake and alive, or maybe not awake, but alive. As you find that at least 2 or 3 of the ribs each must have been broken from impact.
Did I miss something really important? Anything?
No, it's all good. We can go back.
Okay. The second something happened, apparently fucking the laundry was had to happen. I was the one who was. I've been running. Anyways, I'm done. I'm back. So what are we doing now? Whose ribs are we inspecting?
Yeah, currently Raphael's inspecting the injured captives, realizing that 2 of them were near death because the ribs were broken, and one was piercing a lung, the other one was starting to dig into a kidney. So I'm having to kind of do a quick triage, essentially just shoving the bone out of the way, as you'd rather not open someone up in the middle of the desert. You're essentially just pushing them or trying to move them in such a manner that they won't cause lethal injury. Though I would not say that one person will ever be able to drink again, and the other person's probably never going to be able to breathe easy, unfortunately. Unless they have magical or healing at some point, or some form of restoration.
Okay, so I can yell over at Callisto, what's her name again? Like, couldn't you have been more careful with this poor souls?
I didn't do too much. I merely knocked one unconscious. If anyone did any damage, that would probably be me. Apologies. I didn't realize they were so fragile.
I'm actually surprised horror combatants are actually alive. That is actually more impressive.
Oh, I tried not to. You said you wanted them alive, so I gave them to you alive. Though I can't. I'm assuming you were talking about me, though, and the ones that could have been a bit more gentle. Oh, I said someone else. Because if someone else, then I'll happily not take the blame.
Well, I imagine that Miss Carman was just trying to do her best. Either way, I don't even know how they're alive. Considering that they were fighting what is probably a big, angry dragon alligator.
Yeah, I'm just kind of treating them, talking, basically whispering under my breath, like, Jesus Christ.
Fantasy, Jesus Christ, to you.
Yes, as you're doing so, is anyone else doing anything? Because
Yes.
at this point you have kind of scoured this these runes completely thrice over at this point.
I would
well,
like to do
Nothing
something
left
if that's
that was
okay.
nailed down.
Can I?
Can you repeat
ahead.
that?
Yes. I would like to do something. I would like to please somehow fashion one of the boxes to actually look like a hat using my disguise kit. Or my proficiency with it, at least. Maybe don't have an actual disguise kit, but if I have proficiency with one, so if I could like break the box, like have it semi-fashioned on my
I
head.
could say if you spend 10 minutes, you'll easily be able to create a box that you're able to use as a helmet.
But does it look
like
fashionable? Is what I'm going for, really. Does it look okay? Does it look like I'm wearing a box, or does it look like like a hat?
Depends what is the sense of your character's fashion? Because it could be anything.
Well, I mean, it's more the fact that I don't want it to just look like I'm a kobold with a box on my head. I want it to be like, almost like a
Roll me
flat
your
cap.
disguise kit. Yeah,
Alright.
roll me your disguise kit then, if you're
Okay.
trying to style this specific
So it's going to
item.
be a charisma-based
Can I
check.
help with the with Tinker's tools?
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
absolutely. You can.
Cool. So I'll just roll performance because it's charisma-based with proficiency, and that's the advantage because of the help.
Yep.
Great. That's a 1 or a natural 20. Oh, it's 2 natural 20s at the same time. 24.
You're essentially able to style it as any way you like. As with the aid of Core helping you out with her own Tinker's tools, you're able to essentially be able to design it as you will, taking from any bit of material left at the camp itself, whether that be cloth, wooden boxes, remnants of bone, or otherwise, along with a few harpy feathers if you wish to
Ooh.
style this box into whatever sort of hat you like.
It's going to be like a flat cap with one of the harpy feathers down the side or something. Some kind of like fastened so it kind of hangs over the edge a bit. And like with the box slapped in with random bits of fabric wrapped around and kind of just about covers my eyes, so it's not quite so brutal staring up into the sun. And I will turn. I'm pretty quiet throughout until it's finished, and then with a huge smile spreading across, showing loads of sharp teeth, you just see Grizzle for the first time kind of like really kind of happy and optimistic, and he kind of looks across to you just very with lots of gratitude, just saying,
A kindness given, strong and true. My promise will bring it back to you. Your aid-like verse came just in time. So take this song, my thanks in rhyme.
Oh, thank you. And Paul will give a bit of a clumsy curtsy, lots of sort of jingling metal. You were really the artist behind it. I was just helping to make everything click and fit, and found a few bits and bobs about.
Yeah, well, now that I feel I have some protection from the sun, I think that many conversations will be a lot more fun.
Oh, excellent. I think I'm pretty much done with the obelisk. Oh wait, there's 4 sides to it. Crap. How?
That thing you said just then, obelisk, that thing, it gave me something good, something inside that I didn't know it should.
I think I'll have to ask you some questions. Let's ask some questions about that. What kind of gift did it give you?
Well, I kind of felt a magical tingle, and almost like a sound, like a jingle.
Tingle jingle. Okay.
Well, I feel better at doing certain things, but maybe not quite as strong as a king.
So, feels like you have a bit more, like,
Well, if I was
confidence that it'll go well for you.
kinda, if I was under stress, you could say that I was blessed.
Oh. Hopefully it looks with the big black and gold obelisk. It probably can't hurt. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. What did you do in order to receive that blessing? I've been looking over it for a while now, and it doesn't seem to. I mean, it's the glowing runes. Maybe there's something to do with that. But maybe if you can tell me what you did, I can maybe figure out some of these runes to the activation sequences, or.
Don't really want to sound too insane, but I thought I heard it call my name.
Oh. It's a... Yeah, okay. Well, I'll just go and go and do the back. It's quite interesting. It glows. One question. Could you have a quick look over the? I just want to see if you can see any differences between what I've written down from what I can see and maybe what you can see. Maybe there's something different there.
I can't ever really see much. My eyesight's completely fucked.
Oh yeah, I probably did the hat.
Yeah, I mean, when it is nighttime, it's better. But I still can't really read or write letters.
There's not really doesn't seem to be any letters that I understand up here either. So we're like in the same position, to be honest.
Oh.
And he takes a look, and kind of moves a bit closer, puts his eye right up against it.
Maybe not that close. I've heard that staring into these things called screens for long periods of time, it's not good for your eyes. But yeah, just look over what I've drawn and what you can see up on the obelisk. And just, once I've gone through it a little bit, I'll come back and see if you've got any differences.
He nods.
So, in the meantime, I believe, given that the entire camp has been dissected, for lack of a better word, it is pretty much completely, it has been completely recon, scouted, and all of the things that could be seen. I pretty much just, I imagine Jesse is sweating bullets again. He has done a little bit of exercise, quote unquote, in the middle of a hot sun, in the middle of a hot desert. So he's just going to go look for Callista, try to see what is the plan now.
Yeah, as you look over to her, she's just kind of sitting upon one of the ledges to the on one of the higher bits of the canyon walls. Looks down, it's just like, well, after we get patched up, we have to return back to the caravan, inform them what's went on, and looks over. I have to specify that the rumbled tomekeeper was not found. Seemingly, he's all been taken. Apologies, madam, but he was certainly taken. Bigger fellow came by, had wings. Anyway. Well, regardless of the facts, we should probably return to the caravan within the next hour or so. It's not safe to travel at night. Certainly not in the wastes.
I agree, we've had a bad sequence already. I wouldn't want to have two bad events happen on the same day.
Okay. That sounds good. Are we ready to go then?
Yeah, whenever you guys want, I'll be down. I cannot wait to reach Skeleton Keep.
Yeah, I'll just quickly finish off what I can of this section, and then it'll be good.
Either way, what is left to do? Pretty sure this entire area.
The captives, I guess. Like we can do that back at camp.
Guess so. Either way, does anyone have a map of the wasteland?
Nope.
Rats. Okay, well, if we don't have a single map, I would have wanted to point this specific area on it so I could come back later. A shame. Yeah. Either way, yes, carry on with whatever you guys are doing. I shall be awaiting on the entrance, if you don't mind. I need a little bit of shadow. I just kind of like, I would say lumber. I kind of limpingly move to the entrance nearby of near the rocks. I'm just gonna try to catch some shade. For the better, because it's been a lot on just one day. Okay, does anyone want to do anything else?
I think we're heading.
Okay, so if everyone is done, and we can continue then.
right. As you all prepare to go, currently, Akara just kind of wrapping some bandages over her still open wound. I'll keep an eye on the prisoners. I certainly think that no one's going to try to run, right? All the prisoners kind of shy away from her. Oh, that's what I thought.
I don't think... Is it really necessary to watch over the prisoners that much? Pretty sure you were kind of even giving them nightmares already.
Well, I think I've already given you nightmares, so a few more can't hurt.
I'm just gonna speed walk away.
As she says that, she's just kind of securing the prisoners, making sure there's rope essentially attached to each of their hands and around their wrists, so they're not able to just run off into the desert. Though none of them would be stupid enough to do so, unless they wish to die a slow, agonizing death from dehydration.
True.
But Callista would just head to the front, kind of peek her head through the small crevice that you were able to use to make your way into the camp itself, looking out upon the dust and sand that seems to howl about the canyon ahead of you. Well, it seems like it's going to be a long bit. An hour walk shouldn't be too bad, but the wind's picking up, so be careful. Don't end up getting buried in the sand, and be careful for shifting dunes. You don't want to be on top of one when it begins crumbling away. Especially with all this wind-worn rock.
I agree. Either way, if it's necessary, I have some pythons. I can stick myself into the ground and try to rescue someone from sinking dunes. In case.
Alright. Let's carry on then. As she kind of pulls a small little scarf around her face to keep sand from blowing into her nose and mouth. You won't begin your journey as the unfortunately dry air and the slight bitter taste of, sand getting into your mouth, or otherwise just making it just awful to travel. Trudging steps across the sandy dunes, even though the ground is mostly flat, the ever-shifting sands here seems to fight against you with each step, blowing into you and seemingly moving as if it was a slow moving ocean, shifting with the tides, but instead of what you'd hope for, water and humidity, merely dry, arid dust blowing through this canyon. Over the next hour, as you make this travel, you do eventually return back to the the caravan that you were all a part of, finding the same grouping that you were able to save but a few hours before. As Callista looks at you, I dig in for the moment. I have to go speak with the caravan lords and the other traders leading this group to figure out if we will be continuing our journey. Thank you once again.
I hope it all goes well, Callista. Farewell.
Certainly.
If case of any reports, can you do us a favor and tell us when it gets clear?
I'll make sure to inform you all personally. Like, it'd be rude of me not to help those who help me and all that. Anyways, see you all in a few moments. I suggest getting some rest while you have the chance.
Much appreciated. Same to you.
She remounts her camel, sitting upon its back with its two humps, grabbing its reins in both hands. And same to you as well. Best of luck. Don't get in too much trouble somehow. As she gallops off towards the front of the caravan itself. Taking the prisoners with her, as a few more of her guards and the other people who were hired to do security, taking them into their custody, leaving you all by your lonesome back at your middle point in the line.
Copy that. I'm gonna try to find a... Is there some carriage? No, I'm pretty sure there's no carriages, right? Most of them are just camels, right?
Yep. Unfortunately not for you yet. No,
unlucky for me. Well, I'll just try to get some shade, as much shade as I can. It's getting a little bit annoying already. this much sun.
What's wrong, my friend Jesse? Not meant to handle the sun of the deserts?
I don't think I'm meant to handle this much sun at all. Not even for desert time.
Happens to. You should get ahead like our dear kobold friend.
Perhaps I should. A little bit of shade would have been bad. It would have been nice. Agreed.
Yeah.
Gonna
I
have it
think.
there.
Go on.
I was just saying, it's like I was just gonna describe that he seems to be getting a little bit hazy.
Yeah. I think you would fit and leads a little bit backwards, a little bit of picture, with forming a picture in the head. Maybe a straw hat would be nice for you.
He kind of like smiles, like a weak smile, and goes like, "You know what? You have a point. I hope they're not very expensive in Alkirat."
As long as it's not made out of water, should be.
Well, doesn't really matter in the end. Most of the caravan is already going to carry on. Either way, do you think there's any kind of tourism attraction on Kennington Keep? Some kind of trinket shop?
There is a Grand Bazaar, but I explored much of the city as I can in the last couple of months since I'm here. It's really hard to trying to get every single spot in this city to find it.
Well,
Going well.
so you're not from here.
I think so. Maybe. Hard to tell.
What? You don't remember where you are?
Oh, as he pulls out the oil lamp. So I come from here in the last couple of months and kind of just live here. I technically am homeless, I think.
That's a lamp. That is an oil lamp. That is an oil lamp you're carrying. What do you mean you live in an oil lamp?
Give me a sec. I need to check something. Cyber. What do I need to roll to check if I can get into my lamp in the desert? A D20.
It was a D20. Failures on ones.
Okay, let's see. Oh, almost.
It is.
Yeah, you see with a bit of struggle as you try to enter into your lamp. You almost can't. You almost get stuck at the entrance as you stick your hand out towards it, attempting to turn to that purple blue smoke and swirl into the lamp itself, only to find that your hand gets stuck for maybe a singular moment as you just kind of look a little silly as you keep tapping the end of the lamp, expecting to be sucked into your well, ostensibly your home. But after a few tries, you're able to place your hand to it and you evaporate into that purple blue smoke and vanish within it.
As you hear it from inside the lamp, as in like when you're speaking into a can, you see, Jesse, now I'm here. And somebody can speak this up because I can only do that once per day. I kind of want to spend my time here to rest.
I just kind of look at it. I kind of look at it. I just mutter to myself, be like, "Crazy! This entire place is fucking crazy." And I just pick it up. I look at it confused, not exactly knowing what the fuck just happened. I'm just so deeply inside a fucking oil lamp.
Just keep in mind, Callista is gone, Core, by the way, just as a heads up.
No. Looks for
Yeah.
Callista. Where's she gone? Go to a random tiefling. It's like get the closest tiefling. Hey, you will do that?
No, I don't even know how he did that. Portals here are supposed to be weakened.
You just said, "Hey Jesse, I'll be just going to rest here in my pillow force. Can you just knock on it when Callista is back? Also, oh yeah, I cannot bring anything outside. Oh, dumb question. Just knock on it or say anything, okay?"
I'm like, the more you talk, the more confused I look at it. Like it's some kind of like demonic like item. I just go like, "Sure. Do I speak to the mouth of the oil lamp?"
Just you can speak towards it or just say or just wait. I forgot to English. Rub it or how do you define it?
Like rub it?
in the tail, still drop the lamp to summon Chidi.
You said it right, dude. You said it right.
Okay, rob the lamp when I really need it. Okay.
I just like, sure, okay, understood. I am gonna put the oil lamp in my bag full of like tools. I'm like, okay, well,
And that this is normal.
so I do know a little bit of tieflings, and I know a few things they can do. That's not one of them. That's not. And I'm just gonna stay quiet after that.
All right.
I think that's actually more interesting.
I love being a normal fucking human surrounded by weirdos.
Oh, I'm a normal human. It's just like you and me.
You seemed to get really angry at
that's a fun
that human
reference.
woman last week.
Yeah, but
Miss Carmine is not a human.
yeah, she's a human.
I don't buy it.
That human that you were like, they said that they were a human and you couldn't.
Oh, you mean Raphael?
No, that was just that random cultist.
Oh, it's true. The girl who went like, I'm human, and then I fucking decked her on the face.
Yes, I did.
I need to apologize to her whenever we're done, and then when I'm like, crime doesn't pay, but I'm so sorry for that.
Yeah.
That was so very bad timing. Holy shit. Okay,
yes.
so yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna put the lamp away. I'm gonna kind of look at Core. Is it Orc? Core?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at Core and what Core and Raphael are doing. Just like trying to see what are they like, if they're dealing with the heat as good as I am.
Core is not doing well. They are used to rough conditions, but not heat like this. It's like used to other kinds of rough conditions, and so they just have like coping strategies for when it's uncomfortable, but not the heat. So it's like dealing, like they're doing okay, but they're not doing well. It's yeah.
I see.
Core and Core is just kind of trying
It's like when
her
you-
best to, focus on something else, to get through the day. But unfortunately, you can tell that she is unfortunately sweating to death. Her clothing is slowly getting soaked, and
That is relatable.
currently just trying to chug as much water as possible.
It's like somebody who's used to sort of the cold of mountains is now having to deal with heat. It's just like, oh yeah, it's but this is dreadful in just a different way.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, speaking of which, Rayland and where are the pigs? Brain fried. Why am I forgetting player names? Rayland and Grumble. How are you guys holding up with the heat at the moment? It is slowly but surely starting to drop from the sky a bit, almost behind the walls of the canyon itself, but that'll probably be another hour or so. But there's plenty of shade from the walls themselves at the moment.
The
It's
heat,
just the arid heat that's blowing through and the dry winds.
yeah, the heat is not really the issue. It's the light. So now the light is fading. It's actually a bit of relief that soon it's going to be gone. It's soon going to be nighttime. So, Ben was actually quite more optimistic than anything else. Like he's obviously quite tired, but yeah, nothing, not as affected by it as you'd have thought.
Alright. Raylan, what about you, dude?
You don't get to run away from this roleplay engagement, right, Lynn? You've got to do something.
Right. Come on.
It's unavoidable. You gotta
Wake
come.
up. Wake up.
I think he might be dead. Raylan, are you there?
Locon.
Bocce.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Oh, dang.
We're sitting over here
No,
like,
he only
no,
answers
give
to the
us a-
first name, of course.
Yeah. I was hearing you call some. I didn't recognize it was mine. Okay, so I'm like he's struggling. Like Raphael, it's one of his traits that he's absolutely not adventurous. He has zero experience. The only thing he knows is from the books he bought and read, and he's absolutely not used to the real. Like, and due to the extra hair he has, he struggles with getting rid of high body temperature.
Relatable.
As you all are able to kind of struggle through, but take comfort with the extra shade that's been provided to you from the sun beginning to dip beneath the canyon walls ever so slightly, Calista returns after an hour and a half, grim look on her face.
Oh, you're back. How's it going? Well, not as well as it could be.
What does that mean?
We will not be continuing on to Pennington Keep.
What? What do you mean by that?
Too many injuries and too many hollows dead.
But is this the last caravan?
Indeed. They probably will go back to try the resupply, but they'll miss the first few days of the actual... Well, the first one or two expeditions to the Great Pyramid, unfortunately. Even if they are able to reassemble and resupply.
No, but I need to get to. That's not. Who decided this?
Everyone.
All the major traders, the caravan leaders, myself and a few others, after looking at the tally of injuries.
Is it really that bad?
102 people injured, 16
Okay.
hollows dead, 25 individuals also killed.
Yeah, the numbers are not helping. He kind of scratches his hair and in frustration, then rubs his beard. He was like, "Fuck! I'll think about something." And he just opens his tools and he just goes "Hey, Tiefling!" I'm talking to you, Aaron.
Give me not that. Okay, I'm coming as he pops out of the lamp. Whoop ya!
I threw him out of my bag. I threw him quickly out of my bag. He's
Hey,
not breathing.
don't worry. Magical GPS. It's already summons me 5 feet away. Space that is not occupied.
Oh fucking god! I thought you were gonna blow up my bag.
No, that's a different spell. This is not that one. So, as you see, he flows out of your bag. As he reaches out of the bag. Okay, that's mine. Okay, so what's up? Something I missed.
We are coming back to Alkirat. We're not going to Pennington Keep anymore.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's a
Well,
shame.
I mean,
Shame, sharp shoulders.
I mean, that was the the
Eat
only
a
thing.
potato.
Why so? Do we miss that guy is important that we didn't catch or like that?
You mean
Indeed.
the Riser folk?
No.
No. That was the.
The
Because
tiefling I was looking for. Rumbled
Yeah.
Tomekeeper.
Oh, that
He
man.
rescued. And he is also quite important to the expedition, seeing as he's the only researcher and archaeologist who's actually able to speak and read a Nubian.
Great. So not only I am screwed, but also the expedition is screwed. That's great. So when will we be going back?
Speaking
Tomorrow?
of that, we'll
Yes.
be leaving at dawn. And regardless, she kind of gives you a little bit of a guilty look. I will have to apologize for this, but you have been also summoned.
What? To the caravan lords?
We sent ahead a sending and a message from one of the from
thought the-
one of the druids that were part of the group, and a wizard that was also with us, to the Sultana herself, specifically to one of her aides. She replied back quite promptly, as you have all witnessed much, and along with myself, and were directly a part of the attack upon the cultists. The Sultana herself has specifically requested your presence once we return back to Alkirat itself. Well, for a small reward for your efforts, of course, but also a mandatory audience with her.
So we don't even have a choice.
It is a invitation. You'll be able to have a day before, but leaving the Sultana's gracious invitation out in the open would be ill-advised.
Yes.
She's saying that if we don't take it, you'll be imprisoned and possibly put to slavery for a bit.
I kind of like, I'll see what I can do.
I grunt and snort and just feel very uncomfortable. And then, do I know this person from my time performing for the nobles? and
You would
stuff?
know. You would know quite well. The Sultana is the de facto leader of Alkirat. She
Right.
is
Okay.
the most wealthy and influential individual within the city. She is not elected by anyone. She is merely one of the wealthiest citizens. Her name is Zanara Zinzara,
Okay.
and she owns virtually everything of importance within Alkirat, or at least the vast majority. Along with that, she's also the main person who actually is funding the expedition to the Great Pyramid, holding 65% of the entire operation from her own personal budget. She is what we would call unbelievably rich, wealthy, and influential, not only within Alkirat itself, but within the greater world as well.
Right. Yeah. Then I was even more uncomfortable than I originally thought. I thought it was going to be bad, but not quite so bad. So yeah, I kind of squirm and kind of put my hands behind my back and start just mumbling to myself a bit in Draconic.
Oh, roll me a quick history check, by the way, Rumble.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Come on, it's gonna be good like the other one. Oh, let's see. No, that's a 5.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, I'll give you part of the history. You would know that she, you don't really remember what, but you know, for some reason, she's responsible for the presence of beast folk slavery within Karat, or at least part of the reason.
All right. Yeah. Cool.
Who knows? It's rumors and hearsay. You honestly don't remember this. You were kind of too busy whenever you were at those events to pay attention to it, focusing on your performances rather than being, focusing on the politics of the situation. You had a job to do.
Yeah, but I mean, I assume I noticed that there were several like me at these events, or am I unique in that regard?
There would be a few harpies that would be playing and such things like that.
Cool.
Though you will say that you've met the Sultana once, or at least seen her. You can tell that she was from the one and only time you saw her. When she saw slaves, she didn't look particularly happy about it. Like a slight grimace crossing her features, something you barely were able to catch, but certainly a thing you would have noticed being a performer at these venues.
All right. Cool.
But yes, closer look to the rest. Apologies. It was required of me to send it in town. And seeing as it'll involve me as well, I thought it would be best to tell you myself.
You're also going to the Sultana's reunion or whatever it's called?
Certainly no reunion.
Well, I don't know exactly the term of it anymore. Meeting, summoning.
Well, been asked to make an appearance within the courts. Yes.
I shall take a look at it. Yes.
Huh.
Well, it is your job. I cannot be angry at you. Just wish there was not that much. Yeah, I just wish things didn't went the way they were. That's it.
Believe me, almost everyone here is in agreement with you. But this is for the safety and betterment of everyone who's still here. And with so many injured, it's better to get them into a safer spot than trying to treat them out in the dunes.
Yes, as much as I hate it, I agree. It is for the best. And I'm just gonna take a few steps back and just gonna rest my back on the rocks. I don't think the sun is he's hitting this hard anymore, right? What time is it?
You're starting to get around 6, and
Nice.
while it's still warm, you can definitely feel the creeping, icy cold begin to make an appearance, especially within the canyon itself, lacking the sun and not trapping any of the heat except within the stone walls, which do still remain warm to the touch hours later. But without the constant warming of the sun itself, this area is already getting a cold chill and a freezing cold breeze that seems to strip away warmth from whoever it touches.
Yeah, I'm absolutely taking advantage of this shifting climate at the moment.
Alright. Callista just gives you all a look. Once again, my apologies for not telling you ahead of time. But I must go finish convening with the rest to prepare for tomorrow's travel. I shall see you all later. Best of luck to you all. Stay safe out there. Don't get into trouble again. And we will meet each other back within the city.
As she remounts her camel and rides off into the distance, heading towards the other side of the caravan, followed by
What looks to be at least a solid 50 plus guards.
who seem to be preparing to just turn the train directly around.
Okie dokie.
Alright. As the sun continues to set and the cold begins taking over, instead of the great all-consuming heat, the bottomless cold takes its place. You find yourselves about many great campfires that have been set, tents that have been set up, as everyone is trying to get some form of comfort here within the dunes. Though this odd and eerie feeling, like you're being watched from the very walls, as if something lingers upon the back of your mind, like a dreadful hand reaching out to you, still sits on the back of your psyche as you rest yourselves upon the dunes. What is everyone doing?
Give me a second. I'm gonna sneeze. There you go.
Bless you.
There you go. I saw it from a mile away. I'm sorry.
Hey, Jesse, don't worry about it.
Bless you, Jesse.
Yeah. What are you gonna do, Aru?
No, I just thinking. Carry on, whoever want to go first.
Oh, well, I'm probably just paranoidly looking around from time to time, almost like thinking like there's a bolter just like creeping over me or some kind of thing. Like sometimes it's just like I just go like, huh, and there's nothing there, pretty much. But nothing too obvious. It's just from time to time. It's I just take a quick glance, and that's pretty much it. But overall, I am enjoying the fact that there's no sun destroying my upper part of my head.
I am visibly skipping with joy that the light has disappeared. I am moving like you haven't seen today. Just woohoo! Like happy that the blasted sun is gone, and very proud of my new hat.
I wonder why he's so happy.
For our
I
go on.
no, go ahead.
Aru, after the long journey, he just sits down. First, tries to get into the back to the bottle as the night comes by. As you guys don't know it, but he has basically that five-star luxury in it. As he just like bollocks, I cannot get him. As he just sits down, one of the fires, possibly close to his new friends, quote unquote. As consumes his daily water and rations that he carries.
Why did you leave the lamp?
Because you called on me.
Yes, but I thought you just said that you can only do it once a day.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to spend much time as I can in it before I was called out due to the news.
I would have just stayed there if I were you.
Yeah, maybe. It happens. Maybe next day.
Yeah, maybe next time. I agree.
Yeah. So, question. I'm curious. What do you go for Candlekeep? Not Candlekeep.
I was gonna say like Candlekeep over here at this time of the year.
Wait a minute, wrong setting. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me flip the book. What do you go for?
Boots have seen everything.
What's your business then?
Lord. Oh, never mind. I was just making the Baldur's Gate 3 quotes, the quips.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, what were you asking me?
So what your journey towards there?
To Kuniten Keep.
Yeah.
Well, I have a friend waiting for me there. We kind of had this whole thing planned out, so... Well, also the fact that, most importantly, it is probably the greatest discovery of this entire area. Geologically, just an entire pyramid, just resting there, waiting to be examined. And I am here, going back to the same city that I've been living for the past few months. It doesn't sound fair at all.
Fair enough.
Do we have alcohol here? Does anyone have?
That's a very important question.
There's definitely some within the rations you've been provided. Yes.
I'm taking most of the alcohol from my rations and spending them today. I need some nourishment. Fuck water. It's like actually like entertainment type alcohol, right? I'm not drinking ethanol, right?
You're not drinking ethanol, no.
Thank God. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, that's
ethanol in the medical supplies if you want to drink that.
No, but I don't want to become Captain Haddock just yet. I know I look like him, but I'm not going for that. Anyways.
Oh, so you're a historian or some kind?
Well, I'm cartographer, linguist. I kind of go for a few things. Not a specialist in anything. Just kind of what I prefer most at the month.
I see. As Aru looks at his lamp, nothing important then. For me, I just wanted to visit the pyramid. I heard about his friend, one of my friends, that it contains treasure, and I can do what more with a lot of money and with a house, possibly, most likely.
But I don't understand. You just decided to go to the pyramid? I would imagine that someone that doesn't know about their memories would have some kind of upper meaning beyond that. It's just money. You just woke up a few months ago and decided to just go for the pyramid?
Yeah, I have an urge to help people. They wish for many things. Wish for money, wish for power, wish for food to feed themselves. And with the limited options that I have, as he pulls out a handful of coins, as he just earned a couple of days ago, I have limited powers. But if I have more, I have greater power of fulfill others, how can I say, desires. You can call it.
I see. What a weird thing, to be honest. Not much of hocus pocus in a sense. I don't really understand how magic or arcana works. I try, but most in the observation perspective, I don't have the personal experience in a sense.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I don't even know where my magic come from. I kind of just woke up with it.
Well, that's probably most people's affinity. I believe tieflings also wake up with their powers already there. Perhaps yours are just like that.
Yeah. The only thing I mostly know that this lamp was in the desert. I was waken up once, and now I'm here. I got a friendly from the city, but mostly that's it. With familiar faces.
You're telling me that I just wanted to know. You woke up, but you were already inside the lamp when you woke up.
It's like, it's like a feeling. Like I knew I was there in the lamp. I just was woken up when some point in a couple of months.
How long were you in that lamp?
Good question.
That is, you don't really even think about that. If I were you, I would be freaking out most of the time. Just
if I figure out everything that happened in the past, I wouldn't have much time to enjoy the present. As our lives, maybe not that long as a genius, but it doesn't mean we have to think about it. We have to think about every single detail. Sometimes just need to lay back, enjoy it, and help. How we feel, how we can allow it. I mean, the only thing I can say that you can check out my lamp, but possibly wouldn't find much information.
I would have never expected that to hear from that. Well, I've never expected to meet someone that could get into a lamp, so who fucking wonders. If you want, yes, I can examine your lamp. I wouldn't mind at all. I may have actually find some kind of who knows? I don't even know if there was another society before Anubians came here.
As you wish, as gives the lamp.
Okay, I'll just put it back to where it was before. My small backpack full of tools.
Yep, just give it back some point so I can use it as a house, you know.
Yes, I understand. You can just ask for it, I'll give it to you and you can go in, and I'll put it back.
Alright.
Anyways, Raphael, what were you doing with the, what were we describing before? Oh yeah, the sense of dread. How are you doing with that?
I'm struggling because I'm not used to these feelings at all. So I'm trying to distract myself by maybe talking to Core. So Core, I saw you were copying the writings on the obelisk. Did you happen to see anything that remotely looks like a heart?
There was a couple things. There wasn't anything that was like anatomically correct, but I saw a couple things. But to be honest, it's one of these weird things where like it looked like a heart symbol from Common, and they'll show you. But it could mean something else. I don't really know what any of it means, to be honest.
If I may, I'm gonna approach them and say, why are you asking about a heart?
Oh well, just basically the whole reason I came here on this journey is to find an artifact called the Heart of Anubis that's supposedly able to heal basically anything, and I was hoping to maybe use it to heal the village I come from.
I'm sorry, kill the what?
Heal the village I come from.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was hearing kill every time you said heal. So when you said I want to heal my village, I was like, what?
Yeah, I heard the kill.
Okay.
Yeah. I was okay.
Yeah,
that
my
makes so
bad.
much sense. No, it's okay. So I was like, oh well, that's a very interesting thing. I never thought there would be such a relic like that. Either way, don't take your hopes up. You never know what you may find in such a place. I will not say that such an artifact could exist, but still, it sounds like almost like a fantasy thing. Oh, take this sword out of the rock; it makes you a king. Oh, find this hard, and it immediately turns you into a pure miracle maker. Magic items and artifacts like that normally I say, stay in a little bit of a grounded area. Just kind of like that. But who knows? This place kind of defies most places you have already seen.
Yeah, that's fair enough, but it's basically the only option I could find. The only path I could.
Is this Heart of Anubis that you've heard about is something from your village? Is this like a story you tell to kids over there?
No, I actually read about it in a scroll that I inherited from my father.
Oh, I see. Curious indeed.
Would you mind if I had a look at that scroll?
Sure, yeah, I have it right here. Keep in mind it's in Dwarvish.
Oh, okay. I can't really speak Dwarvish.
I do too.
I'll look it over. I was just gonna see if I have a skill that might be able to. Because I have an idea of something. I have a skill for it. One of the things I kind of want to do is see if I can figure out. I don't know.
Wait, you don't know?
No, I don't speak Dwarvish.
I can translate it for you. I thought you said you did.
No. Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, does it look like it's something that was written in Dwarvish? Or does it look like it's been translated into Dwarvish?
I'd say translated into.
Okay. That's fair. If there's anything that remains of what it was, what it was translated from, is there any sort of indications of that?
No, I only have the translation.
Okay, that's okay. Do you know what it was translated from in the past?
I have zero clue. I just picked it up from my father's for library.
Okay. I would ask for it to be translated into common, but translations of translations get difficult. So it might be best to keep it in a language that you guys can understand.
Most meanings get lost on the translation. I agree.
Yeah. But yeah, Heart of Anubis. If this, does it say like Heart of Anubis, or is it there like a symbol associated with it?
I can actually answer that. There's a symbol. It looks like a cross with an oval for where the topmost of the
An
cross would be.
Ah, excellent. Taking that symbol, I would like to look through what I've recorded of the obelisk. and see if I can find that symbol anywhere.
You find it once, actually.
I will point it out and say the obelisk does have this symbol on it. Yeah. I didn't really know what any of it was. I was just copying it down. But yeah, the obelisk didn't mention it. So yeah, it's this passage. There's just like the whole side on like 5 or 10 pieces of paper. It's like yeah, there was like a lot of stuff to write down. I don't really know how much help it's going to be, but yeah, there was some information back there. And it's here. If you can read it. Or if we can find somebody who can read
Oh, wow. Thank you. I mean, that's helping a lot, like finding the next step.
it. Yeah. Remember, don't get your hopes up too high. It might just be like a similar story, but it might be related. But who knows? Yeah.
I agree, Raphael. Just don't get your hopes up, just in case.
Yeah. It'll be fun to try and figure out what it says. Translate it into Dwarven or Common. Or whatever. As long as one of us can read the thing, then yeah. Do you know if the person who did the translation is still alive?
No, I have no. Where it came from originally.
Okay. That's okay.
Can I, before this, can I read a little bit of the scroll? I would like to know what it says.
Yes, sure. Sure, you can have it, yeah.
Okay, I'll read it later. Can someone send me what the text of the scroll says? In the meantime, with no rush. Don't be rushed.
Yeah.
But yes. Is there anything else going on between everyone else, or is there just... Sorry about that.
No problem.
No problem.
Happens to me too.
I assume we have rested previously.
Well, I was gonna say you guys can do other stuff like this. You've had multiple short rests, but this will be until morning of the next day, until dawn. So
Yeah. I mean, so what I mean though is like we've rested overnight through the desert previously on a journey.
no, you haven't actually. This was like day 1 of the journey. So no, you have not actually rested within the desert at all.
Okay.
You guys barely got 6 hours in last time.
All right.
God.
Yeah, Core realizing that they haven't slept overnight. They are gonna go and find somebody who has been through the desert before. And they're gonna ask for information about what it's like over.
Roll me a just a general investigation check. You're just trying to find someone who's experienced. Unfortunately, the vast majority of people who are going out on this venture are not drawn in by the luxury and the, adventure, the possibility of wealth, and the chance to, well, improve their station in the world. A lot of these people are, unfortunately, not super knowledgeable about this, knowing only the bare basics.
Wouldn't I have been out on my own in this desert, going from where I come from to Alkirat in the first place?
You would not. You came from the west. This is to the east.
Okay, cool. I was just double check. I thought it was from the same area. Okay.
No,
cool.
no. The Beastlands are a lot more hospitable.
Okay.
Rivers that flow through, plenty of greenery, not cursed to your knowledge.
Okay. Cool.
A significantly nicer journey than dealing with this.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, yes, you do not really find anyone who's greatly experienced, but you do find a couple, two tieflings, purple and blue, both with ram-like horns, but they kind of look over at you. You didn't know much either, do you?
Nope.
Darius, of course. I'm surprised you didn't hear the basics. Well, as you have already been in the field, the wasteland is haunted, or others say cursed. It is certainly not the nicest of places, and it seems to devour water. For it is not simple to find any form of moisture here. No clouds form, nor otherwise. Only places you can get on that is within oases. And unfortunately, those are few and far between for much of our journey. And if you're going to travel, water is of the utmost importance. Do not travel at night unless you absolutely have to. It's not safe. The night is the time where the undead walk these deserts. Uncountable mummies and undead rise up from the dunes as soon as night falls. We're lucky to be within the the buffets. I keep saying this wrong. Or are we region-wise? Hold up. Okay, yeah, I was right. The Dustwind butts. Is that really how that's pronounced? Hold up. Sorry, I need to figure out how this is pronounced. Oh, it's Butte. Yeah, there. Okay, Dustwind Butte. There we go. That sounds right, not butts. I don't know who would name them butts. The Dustwind Buttes. Thankfully, the large sandstones, well, monoliths that form most of the canyons and other rocky surfaces, limit the amount of undead that were seen by earlier, and that doesn't mean all of them are kept out of this region. Still plenty of them, but hopefully we shouldn't have to worry about any mummies or such.
Okay. Okay. Mummies. Okay. That's not a good thing. But yeah. So, like, as long as we
Stay quiet. Don't travel at night. Yes.
and huddle for warmth, because it can get cold. I guess.
Indeed. Make sure you have fire, tent, everything. Unfortunately, while the desert's blistering hot during the day, it's so freezing cold that it could kill you in your sleep. Unfortunately, I had a cousin who fell to that fate. Make sure you have tents, warm sleeping bags, and a fire. Otherwise, you'll be facing rougher wears than most. No place for the weak, unfortunately, or the unprepared. The amount of people who have died out here from believing that they could skimp on supplies or water are near countless.
Okay. Well, I think I can set some stuff up. Fire tent and yeah. Okay. It'll be fine.
That is the hope, at least.
Uh,
Ow. Ugh, that hurt. Excuse me for that. Sorry, my body decided it wanted to suffocate for 2 seconds. Ugh.
Dude, that sounds fucking horrible.
And it decided that it wanted to stop breathing, and I was like, huh, why can't I breathe?
no, you need to make sure that you breathe.
DM dies, cannot breathe. What happened? No idea.
That's like
Um,
like a personal nightmare. Holy shit.
Anyways.
Assume that there's some firewood or something.
Yeah, no, there's plenty. Once again, you already have a fire set up, camps, and you had a full set of supplies going out on this trip. You certainly did not come ill prepared for that.
Yeah. Cole will just sort of spend a bit of time sort of double checking things. And then once everything's sort of calmed down, we'll start reviewing notes, filling out some extra details on the things that have happened today. Unfortunately, we haven't really. We're still on like trial rations. We really haven't experienced the cuisine of the desert yet. Hopefully, we'll be seeing more of that soon, or once we get to Alkirat.
Yeah, that certainly will be the case. But yes. As this is all going on, as you all prepare for rest,
I would.
anyone?
Yeah, I'd like to. Whilst we're preparing for rest, I'd like to go up onto the dune close to the camp, but just slightly to one side, and just kind of take a moment to have a little bit of me time now that the darkness is here, and do like a little prayer, imagining that monolith as a kind of thank you for giving me like the boost of energy I needed to like that to the. It was Anubis that granted me the gift, right? Or whoever I basically think it is as a character. I'm just kind of
I certainly don't know who it would be, but
yeah, you know, do
I'm
I?
able to thank them regardless.
Yeah, and just kind of focus on that visioning that monolith in my mind, and mostly because of the way it made me feel, but also because of the kind of interest from the others, as if I can kind of glean any kind of understanding of what the monolith was actually for, just instinctively.
Roll me a religion check.
Okay. Okay, so religion, not the best. That's a 16.
Unfortunately, as you try to draw upon the knowledge of, well, what you felt, the experience you've had, and the gift and blessing put upon you, as you envision it in your mind, staring back at that great obelisk sitting within the encampment, unfortunately, nothing comes to you. Not able to draw any lines to any divinity, unable to grasp what power might have provided this to you. But
Okay.
there is still a moment where, while you're unable to grasp anything, you can feel a glow. Like someone reaching out a hand, but it's being stifled by something. A cloth over a lamp, almost. And you can feel it, out in the distance, far away, with the sound of roaring winds and flesh-tearing sand.
Cool.
as you are able to experience that moment. All the others, you find yourselves preparing for the night. Already getting into your tents, making sure that your sleeping bags and other wares are put to use. Able to comfortably set up a place to sleep, but still finding that sense of dread to make it very difficult to. It just doesn't leave. It's not all-consuming, but it's there. Whenever you're not particularly thinking about something or you're not doing something, not able to focus your mind elsewhere, you're able to ignore it mostly. But now that you're in the silence, attempting to sleep, as the wind buffets against the tents and howls down the canyon walls, you find that you're only able to dwell on it before slumber. But given the next few minutes and a bit of concerted effort, each of you do eventually fall into a slumber that, while not particularly restful, is at least refreshing in its own way. As we're going to go on a quick break before we have things to do in Dreamland. Well, we're not getting there yet. We have some more RP to do before we even get close to the city.
Let's go! I love RPing!
Alright, I regained that much hit points, okay.
Alright. So, as each of you fall into slumber, the darkness of sleep taking over both your mind and body, everyone roll me a d20 real quick.
Ooh, someone roll for me, please.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll roll.
hierarchy, you do it.
You've got a 9, and
Nice.
I got an 8.
You've never failed me before, hierarchy. You will
I
not
got
start
the 18.
Yeah.
Alright,
smells like cigarettes in here.
Ew.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what that was. It's just I've been getting like a whiff of cigarette smoke for some reason. And my computer probably is burning. I don't know what that is.
Hopefully your computer is not burning. That might be slight
no.
issues, buddy.
Yeah, that actually might have to give me some lag or something. I don't know. Hopefully not.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a 9, then Haruka got an 8. What do you guys get?
4.
A 4. Oh, yikes.
13.
Oh, Raphael is making it out alive.
What?
Yes, everybody
Alright.
who gets 10 or lower just instantly dies.
Just actually drops from the heat and dies. I know, dude. I've actually been here before.
Yeah, pretty awful, ain't it?
We lost 7 people when I was last year. I remember that.
Alright, so first person is Aru, actually. Alright.
Yep.
So this bit of RP is gonna be descriptions on your guys' end. So I have a prompt for each of you to think about for a second. You're going to be able to see flashes of your life from the very beginning of your birth, and then a very defining experience and a critical decision that led to them to being where they are now. So I want you all to take a second to think about it, and then describe to me the most important moment in your character's lifespans, the key event that shaped them to be the person they are currently.
Fuck. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay, I got it.
take a second to think about that.
I'm genuinely using all my brain power. I'm gonna read my backstory again just to see if I get something. Give me a second. Oh fuck. Damn, I didn't expect something such a deep question.
But yes, first starting off with you, Aru.
Alright.
As before you reach that defining part of your life, We go back into your dreams, far back into them, into memories that you don't even remember. A spark, a flash, the sound of a hammer clanging against what sounds like steel, what sounds like 1,000 voices being condensed into one. A sprite of wind, a spark of fire, a mote of earth, and a droplet of water. And with a great cataclysm, a simple lamp laying next to a child made of blue and purple smoke that condenses into being into a very familiar form. They're younger, not so younger than you remember, with a blackened lamp in hand. As time flies forward, the years pass and change. What event drove you to be who you are today?
Oh, that's a question. Just to make sure, that's the question, right?
Yep, that's the question.
I would say self-proclaimment to be better. Till I wouldn't say legacy, but to know other paths, know everybody's dreams, fulfillment. Leave a legacy, leave something behind here. That's not just self-fulfillment. Something more. Would you call it a legacy? Would you call it a desire? Not a desire. Would you call it what it called? Just feel something in this world. Feel less misery in it. That's what makes me some kind of event. Not sure what.
As you relive this moment, you can see and feel the light and color raining from this place. What remains is monochromatic. Blacks, whites, and grays. Able to see this moment from your own perspective, the only color remaining being you, but even that drains away, slowly but surely, as time seems to stop, and all you can hear is a great heartbeat. Your own heartbeats, and a ethereal voice that seems to overwhelm all the rest of your senses. What is your ultimate goal of your life?
Haru thinks for a sec. I would say, to be better than currently I am. Acquire more money, power, knowledge, whatever you call, to help more. To be more of a genie than ever before. More and more. What can I do more to this world? That's all it's currently I occupied in. Curious voice.
The voice does not respond as you answer this question. All that you can think about is the days ahead. A great dream of the future. Seeing yourself wealthy, affluent, and charitable. A rarity within this city. As the heartbeat begins to fade into the distance, and what was originally that of fitful sleep becomes kind and restful. Next up being that, Raphael. Sorry for calling you Raylan, dude. My apologies. As you come to be, getting to see, in honestly quite a strange way, your own birth. Something that no one truly ever gets to see. But from there, from seeing your childhood, the memories of all that time and everything that you wish to do, as you're able to see it all over the course of what feels like years but must be seconds, all encroaching one key moment of your past. What was it? What did you do?
Well, when the first disease came from the plague, Raphael prayed, prayed, and prayed, but no good answer. The answer must eventually come, and he thought to himself, and thus he prayed, prayed, and prayed. When the second disease came, Raphael prayed and prayed, yet no good answer. Is it really all? He thought to himself. Thus he prayed and prayed. When the first disease left, Raphael had no more prayers left in him. If the gods won't answer, I will find the solution myself. Raphael thought to himself, and thus he read, and read, till he found the heart of Anubi scroll.
Right. As you reach out to that scroll, what was originally that of brown parchment turns black in your hands. The world goes white, your skin goes gray, and noise of what was originally that of a library, bustling with the sound of people's moving books, librarians changing where they were, and the sound of soft voices in the distance becoming nothing but an all-consuming heartbeats. Your heartbeats. As a voice in your dreams asks a simple question with what feels like the weight of the very gods that had abandoned you behind it. What is the ultimate goal of your life?
To help as many people as I can.
As you speak those words, as your hands wrap around that piece of parchment, not in greed or want for power, but for that of hope, to bring forth joy in life to those who had been obliterated or desiccated by sickness, you find that this is enough. This is exactly what you wish. As you see your hometown brought back to prosperity, the deaths reversed, the sickness obliterated and cured. As you find yourself resting peacefully, as whatever dread that once lingered in your mind is banished from you, and this night shall be kind. Next person being that of Jesse. You see your birth. Not a grand affair, but to a mother merely out within a place that you would never ever even recognized. Midwife on hand, helping her along her way, and then the cries of a newborn as your father, standing by her, looks her up and down, and a conversation that you've never heard is spoken.
I am
Feels
somehow.
like
I was gonna say that I'm more calm about the situation that a normal reaction would have, been. I just look in quiet contemplation.
right. As you witness this moment, it's like watching the world on fast forward. Your childhood flows through your mind like that of a rushing river, and smashing upon the many rocks, being that of every tragedy and moments, every decision that you had made that turned poor or soured, a fight against the currents, a life held within the balance at multiple different occasions, and offer it an ever-increasing want for knowledge that seems to drive you forward. As you reach the edge of this proverbial waterfall, this turning point where there is no turning back from, what was that drove you forward?
I remember this event a while ago. This is supposed to describe an event, right?
Yep.
Um, it was pretty much kind of like a cloudy day. Jesse was in his bedroom, not very big. It was all his family could afford. He was a rather scrawny kid at first, back at this is probably around 8, 9 years old. Jesse. He was already deep in books, already trying to, learn about the world, information. There was so much to learn every single book that he opened. But this was not really what his father wanted for him. It didn't look like it, of course, when you are already trying to lift this entire house by himself, given that my mother was no longer there. He kind of grew increasingly frustrated with Jesse the more time came by, and that day his father just decided to take more extreme measures. He didn't want Jesse to spend his time reading books, as the increasingly dangerous areas of the north, the human lands, where, well, it was not that much of a place for an academic. It was dangerous. And he didn't see it at first, but in a sense, he was trying to do what he thought was better for him, which was to get stronger, survivor, pretty much. As he was not, he didn't even know how to grab a longsword. So one day he just grabbed him and pretty much had to direct him, in a sense, to some boxing lessons, some fights, some way to defend himself. Because books cannot defend someone. He didn't even know how to cast the magic. He just knew books. He liked reading them. He didn't like conjuring things with them. And so he was pretty much forced to endure these classes for a long time, which he hated. He hated them, absolutely despised these classes. But if it wasn't for that, he may have just died before any of this could have happened. As some muggery, in a sense, given that Jesse does like to dress fine, did get to happen. And if it wasn't for his weight or his teachings of how to do a good knuckle sandwich, he would have absolutely getting stabbed in the stomach and bled out in another way long time ago. So he doesn't think of this memory fondly, and he doesn't see this memory as useful or anything. But it would have, if it wasn't for this day, Jesse would not be here at all.
Alright. As you are dealing with essentially a life or death situation, fists bloodied in some random back alley, something that would for many others be a mere blip in their life, but this being that key point. As your heart rings in your ears, the blood on your fist turning that of a white, as the area around you is cloaked in shadow. In this moment of adrenaline, you can hear the voice of someone else. What is the ultimate goal of your life?
Jesse is scared. Once again, this reminds him of a dream that he had recently, which kind of freaked him out. His breathing is heavy, and he kinda is at first, for the first few seconds, unable to answer. What was the question exactly again, please?
What is the ultimate goal of your life?
Okay, this is current Jesse that we're talking about, right? Not past Jesse in an alleyway bloody.
This is current you, yes.
Good. He is shocked by the question, as he doesn't realize fully that this is a dream yet. Though the more seconds go by and the softer the breathing gets, he realizes and remembers a little bit that this is just an illusion, a memory, an affected memory by dreams. So he feels compelled to answer and says, I would like to make a map of the sunken city. That would have been the best time of my life. If I could have just do that, I think I could die a happy man.
As you say that, the fight begins, and with a sudden crack, you find yourself dropped to the ground, knocked straight to unconsciousness. Though, within the waking world, the real world, away from your dreams, that blow allows you to focus on something else. It allows you a restful, if rather dreamless sleep.
Curious. Copy that.
Next step on the is that of Core. Seeing yourselves in the many mountains of the Hobgoblins, far, far away from that of human settlements, learning in the ways that very few would ever understand unless you were born into this culture, but being taught as a storyteller, a scribe, someone who would go out into the world to do so much more. What is that key event that pushes you forward, that drives you to be who you are today?
Here's an odd one. The memory sort of starts with sort of it's similar to being awake with your eyes closed. But it's as if your eyes are open. There's a bit of panic and a weight over Core's face, as something is trying to suffocate her. Core is panicking quite a lot, thrashing, and then a feminine voice shouts out in Goblin, which is strange because Core doesn't know Goblin. Not anymore. And then there is a shake, and the pillow that a man in Core's room was sort of holding over it pulls away. But the man just drops dead on the floor. Core sort of pushed him whilst he was being pushed, and where her hands were placed against him, there are just black marks. Something very strange happened. Something inside of her pushed the life out of him. And part of the reason why Core has to is because she can't stay in it. Not until she's proven herself. At least worthy of replacing the person, which was her father.
As you peer upon the dead form of your father, those black marks draining the rest of the world of what life was there. As your own hands turn a stark white, and your heart beating in your ears, drowning out all other noise, a single feminine voice. What is the ultimate goal of your life, child?
I wanted to learn. And I wanted to teach. I still want. I need to live.
Bars.
As you say that, as you look down and see the person you killed, you run right into the dark that had been caused by this. And while a cruel memory, one that probably haunts many other nights, this one time it grants you peace in this place, allows you to rest. As the desert will have no hold on you tonight, and nor will the cruelty of the past, as you're able to rest, peaceful and well. Alright. Last up,
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
last up being Grumble.
Yes.
Being out in the Beastlands was harsh, and being born to a clutch of kobolds even more so. As while treated as beastmen, you were always seen as lesser, almost expendable, attached on the raids and sent out into the Beastlands to attack the enemies in more wave-style combat than truly seen as warriors. While few of your number grew into mighty warriors in your time, and you got to see them rise, more often did you see them fall. As you were kobolds, not the great warriors of the Minotaurs, not the songstresses and mages of the Harpies, or the druids of either sect, merely the kobolds, those sent to act as fodder for the armies of other beastmen, for protection of your own home. And even your greatest of champions were seen as nothing more than half-bit soldiers. As this goes forward of war, life, what little bits of joy can be found in songs, tales, meeting with others, and then battle again, blood, death, and then something worse. What event shaped you, Grumble, to the person you are today?
Leaving all of that behind and essentially abandoning my kind to go to Alkirat and use my voice and my talents to further myself in standing and power. I found myself a spot, a nice regular gig, playing at a small pub or bar, like shisha bar. And one night, I've been playing there for about 3 or 4 months. I was just walking back to my local inn and I heard this noise. It wasn't music. It was some other wet sloshing sound and then a gasp and some smashing noise. So, being an inquisitive little kobold I was, I kind of moved into this little courtyard and half lit by some lanterns, he found a merchant bleeding on the sand, and over him stood another kobold looking very much like me, except his eyes wide with madness. I acted on an instinct and screaming with all my might, smashed my loot against the side and put the broken shard of the loot straight into the killer's throat. But I was too late. The merchant had died to my right. And as the city guard arrived, I was calling for help for this to be seen by the local city guard. I'm there with my broken lute covered in blood and the 2 dead bodies, trying to explain. He said, I did not do it.
Did not do it, did not slay. I tried to keep the blade at bay, but song and steel arrived too late, and now I'm cursed to my twisted fate.
And they didn't listen to me. I was then dragged in front of several magisters, and this other kobold had killed several other people, and I was strung up for all of them and was made a slave to the city and have been for several years now.
As you dwell on that, sitting upon that stand, sentenced to something that you did not do, and even though you have served many years and you should have your freedom sooner rather than later, that memory still haunts you, like that of a specter in the night. Always seeing a madman who had killed others that you had stopped, only for his crimes to be passed to you, merely for the type of creature that you are, for being a kobold and being blamed for it. As the world fades into grays and whites and blacks where the eyes of these magisters once were, you hear a voice ring out, one that is calmer, more powerful, and with a question even more important than these great things, these terrible things that afflicted your life with which you are today. What is the ultimate goal of your life?
Not peace, not fame, not gold, nor crown. I want to bring the tyrants down, to find the name that framed me fast, and make them weep like songs long past, to end this curse with final chord, not by forgiveness, but by the sword. Or if I fail, then let them see what song remains when none sing me.
As you speak those words, sing them out as by the curse of your own being, forcing even your thoughts to be that of riddles and song, the world blackens, and for a moment, there's peace. There is no constant twisting of your words by some unknown rhythm. There is no person to blame. It is merely time to rest. A moment of true peace that you have rarely gotten to enjoy. As you all continue slumbering beneath that of the full moon on this night within the great wasteland itself, you rest peacefully. Your lives being laid before you and decisions being shown, for good or ill, those keystones of your lives brought bare. It is a peaceful night, allowing it to pass as if a blink of an eye, as the first bit of daylight can be felt, brightening up your many tents with a dull light. As slowly but surely, the sun begins to peek over the horizon, not casting its great baleful eye upon you just yet, as you are protected by the canyon walls, but it has roused the others, and the sound of the caravan preparing to leave and making meals for the journey forces you all from your peaceful slumber, but with a gift from something unknown, something you would not expect it. You all have been given a blessing.
Huh? How?
You may increase one stat by one. It cannot be your highest or tied with your highest, but you have a score increase of 1 point to whatever stat you like besides
your highest stat or the one tied with your highest stat.
Okay. What it? We gotta. Damn. Okay. I'm getting
we
really that too.
we love having +1 to Constitution, so we get an extra hit point.
I wish I could play the same. All my numbers are extremely even. Everything even. Now it's odd.
I have 2 odds. I wasn't quite sure what I was gonna do, so I was like, let's just have 2 odds. 15 and a 17. Hey, that's good. 16, 17.
You lucky bastard.
I have just a 17. No.
I had 3 odds. I had a 15, 15, and a 17.
I mean, at least one of those 15s can go to a 16.
Yeah.
Mine. My
Oh my
mind.
god.
Yeah, that opens me up to taking half feats, which is nice. Instead of having to go +2 intelligence, +1 intelligence, +1. There are a lot of very nice half intelligence feats.
Linguist is already picked, by the way. Just wanted to drop that out of the way. Don't get yourself on my way, or we'll have competition.
Hey, that's fine. You can have linguists. I'll take keen mind and annoy them.
That makes sense. I actually didn't even know Kingdom was half feet. I thought that was like an actual full-on thing. Damn.
I think it is +1 intelligence. Or
I'll check it out. Check it out just in case.
My very
Maybe
favorite.
Constitution.
My favorite feat in total is the skill expert. It's fucking brilliant.
Oh, skill pretty good.
Alright. Well, besides your figuring out what you're gonna do with your free +1, what are you guys doing to prepare for your journey back? It's gonna be 6 hours in the blazing sun, and you're not gonna be within the Dustwind Buttes the entire time. So unfortunately, eventually you're going to have to deal with the just full-on might of the sun right over your heads instead of being able to take some relative shade within the actual cliff sides.
Excellent. And so, as I started this session, I shall finish it with the same description. Where's something I dropped? Okay, so pretty much as I stated, he is going to make sure that he didn't drop anything back at the cult, because that would be very awkward to realize that I forgot my 7th Python on one of the rocks. I gotta go back to the cultist area and just. So I decide to I basically decide to just investigate, check everything around, and then I just kind of like take a peek at the fact that I have Aru's lamp on that bag, and I just pull it out, and I'm gonna kind of examine it on the way. Given that now with the how do you say it? I was going to say official sign light, like a fucking idiot. Natural light. With the natural light, I'll just take advantage of it to see if I find anything out of the ordinary. That's pretty much it.
Alright. Everyone else? Just packing up and getting ready to go?
For me, are we waking up after the long night? Just go towards Jesse. Hey, Jesse. Can I have my lamp for a sec? Just a quick sec.
Sure, yes.
As he about to try to reach into the lamp, as he's just into a gnome, like you put your finger into an oil lamp. No, the wastelands block me because in fact I only can do it per long rest. And I don't get I did not get the benefit of a long rest.
So you cannot even do it once per day.
Nope, only once per long rest.
Is this the first time you go to the Wheatland?
Most likely. Oh, okay. gives it back to Jesse as a little bit of sadness. Says, "Hey, you said the question of I have no about my past. Like if I have interest in it." right?
Wait, what do you mean? What, can you repeat that?
So last night, Jesse asked about Aru if he has no interest of finding what he was. His past.
I did. It's true. I did say that.
Yep. Aru just say, "Hey, do you remember that question about my past?"
Yes, I remember. It was a few hours ago, after all.
Yeah. Maybe I am a little bit curious what's with it. I have weird dreams sometimes. But all right, have a good one. Have a good one. See you in the travels.
Either way, I've heard that the wasteland makes people have weird dreams, so it's probably just a byproduct. Don't worry.
Maybe it is. All right, good luck. Don't forget, you need to buy a hat.
Yes, I'll be sure to do it first thing we get there. Don't worry.
And that's for me.
What's everyone else doing?
I would be singing a lot, especially after the dreams of yesterday, and it would probably be in Draconic. So I'm happy to share with anyone if they understand Draconic. But it's just be like a very sorrowful sounding, sad song.
I have no idea of Draconic. It's actually one of the languages I do not know.
Nope, me too.
Okay.
Damn, I know so many fucking languages.
It sounds beautiful, but like it's very like he's lost. Even if you try and speak to him or say comment on it at all, it's still just lost in the song. Like there is a kind of trudging, kind of monotonous, almost meditation to it, and it seems to progress. It's like almost a repetition, but each time it repeats, there is a extra edge of lamentfulness to it, until it almost becomes angry and just stops, and he kind of snaps out of his revelry as if like he didn't realize how long he'd been doing it.
I kind of like staring at him from time to time from afar, not really engaging much. I don't know what he's saying, but he looks sad. Okay, hierarchical, Lolko, you're the two left. Gun on your head. What are you doing?
Yeah. Core sort of slowly gets up. Sort of it's taking it slow, and then you sort of just notice after after a few minutes, and she sort of finally gets everything packed up. She takes a deep breath in, sighs, and goes, "Do you guys think I'll be okay in my armor, or is it going to be too warm? I was kind of feeling it a little bit."
What do you mean? Like you need to get new armor?
Well, I mean, it was warm yesterday in my armor.
If I were to make any recommendations, I would say to not have a lot of metal on you. The more blades you wear, the horrible it's gonna get. So when we started, we find some kind of fire elemental. We were gonna lament having that armor on.
Scale's probably not the best.
If I were to say, I would rather be hot and safe than be cold and in danger. So
Yeah.
it is all right. Just to be safe. Try to make sure. I've heard that in the bazaar there's countless of things. There's surely some kind of armor designed to be removed easily and fast, just in case you need to like relax in a moment.
Yeah, I can do that.
Excellent. I'm not much of armor in a sense. Really, it doesn't help at all with climbing, kids. Okay, Ramon, you're the last one, Ramon.
So Raphael wakes up kind of PC mood because of the of the bad dream last night. Like he does not like to be reminded of the situation back home at all. And yeah, just normally packing up his stuff.
Copy that.
All right. As your preparations for travel are completed, it's time to be upon your way. Trudging through the sand, eventually leaving the cover of the Dustwind Buttes, leaving only a large stretch of desert ahead of you, arid and red, and your mouth drying out almost like there was never water there to begin with. Over 6 hours of this. It is dreadful. From 6 in the morning to 12 in the afternoon, you find yourselves in what can only be described as one of the worst places you've ever been, with nothing to be seen in any direction except behind you, that of the Dustwind Buttes that eventually fall beneath the many waves of sand as you cross across this piece of desert. Though, as you get to that 4th to 5th hour, it's almost like you cross an invisible line as suddenly that feeling of dread slowly ebbs and fades, leaving you significantly more comfortable as the temperatures themselves slowly but surely gets somewhat cooler, dropping from 106 degrees out to 101 to 100. Doesn't sound like much, but with such travel, it is a blessing nonetheless, as you finally enter into the Beastlands. Not far from Alkirat, only an hour away from the great gem of a city, the heart of the Karate civilization.
Well, does anyone have any plans when we get there?
Oh god. The music, just the music change. Carry on.
I don't know why, but it's not playing for me. Probably because my computer doesn't have the CPU to handle both things. So, yeah. I actually forgot I had it.
It just one sec, it's, calming music, and the next,
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny what happened to me too. I also have that kind of situation in my stations at times. Anyways, so no, yeah, I was basically just asking if anyone has any plans after getting here.
Sell all the items that I currently have and split it up in the group. Plus, I cannot speak.
No, just, you know what? Here's a better idea. You sell all of the items that you have. Go to the nearest casino and put it all on red. That's what I'm saying, dude. We're
Let's go gambling.
Let's go gambling. We're getting money out of this shit. Okay. We may not go to the expedition, but we're getting some gold earned pieces over here. Holy shit.
Okay, but back to it. I just mostly want to split up with the group and then Callista.
Copy that.
Because she's carrying us.
Hey, but what about Miss Carmine? How we should not forget about our dearest Miss Carmine with her fucking -2 intelligence.
Miss Carmine, do you need money?
No, not really.
Oh, you see?
I stated, of course.
She comes from a rich family.
I may be cut off. I may be cut off for the current moment, seeing as we're out in the race. But I still, as completely not thinking about it, shows you a pouch full of 568 gold pieces.
You see? Okay. She not needs it, I guess. Okay. Okay. I will get back to all of you once I sell all the items. Much as I want to buy a house, I am also want to be fair to everyone.
That was a lot of money.
This is merely a drop in the bucket.
It's more
unfortunately
than we're going to split between each other from what we get from this.
No, merely take it for your own. Unfortunately, I will have to take the other payments, though, if I am to continue with all of you. I am unfortunately cut off for the time being. Seeing as I'm the one who proposed the venture, which means I have limited funds and am expected to make profit my own ways, as my father would put it.
Very well.
How do you make profit? I want to make sure.
No, I've been given some money that can't be spent on personal or otherwise goods that shall be put to use for the expedition. I'm supposed to buy certain relics before trade and sell them off for better. Along with negotiating some better deals, if my father told me right. So he did say to leave that to Uncle Ivor, but...
I'm sorry, Uncle who?
Ivor.
Iva.
Ivor.
Oh. That sounds
Ida.
wildly familiar. Okay, so... So you are basically... What are you gonna do now that you have no relics?
Oh, I'll simply make my way back into the waste myself.
Just yourself. You're just gonna go walk alone. I'm not even. I don't even why I'm questioning. You're definitely gonna do it all.
Yeah, she turns around, gives you a great big smile. That, and I'll probably hire some people to help out. There's plenty of expert people, and not everyone left already. Perhaps we'll be able to find another way. If not, well, I do have a few favors I could call in, perhaps.
That puts me more at ease, especially knowing that you're not gonna, like, go alone into the wasteland yourself.
I'm not that
Other
dumb.
other than that, the only thing that we really need to do is meet with the Sultana.
Yes, cannot wait for that.
It was mentioned that we could meet her tomorrow, so perhaps you all can take some moment to rest. I know that certainly you all look quite tense. Especially you, by the way, Jesse. It almost seems like you have a loan shark waiting for you when you get back.
Dude, I don't know what you're talking about, lady. Can you read minds?
Oh, am I wrong? I've seen that face before, especially when I worked with my father. I mean, he always sent me to be the pretty face, and he used to be the bit where he'd sit back and be all scary and stuff like that. I just recognize the facial features. That's why I asked.
The more
Am I
this
wrong?
woman talks, the more unsettled I get. And I'm genuinely just like getting closer with my face, and I go like, "Where does your father walk exactly?"
Oh, he's the leader of the Carmine family. Also, that means he's one of the most powerful noble lords on the northern continent. Currently, if I remember, is in a struggle with a current duke, but probably win it, and then we'll end up being one of the dukes of the realm. So currently we sit as marquis. Or marquesses.
My mouth is. My mouth is genuinely. I don't know why I roleplay like physically, like you guys can see me, but my mouth was actually fucking dropped. I'm actually like. I she's so cold and like distant that it actually feels like I'm going to get freezed by her presence. I just I kind of like, oh well, I'm not sure exactly what you feel about the loan. It's probably just I probably have that disheveled face. I haven't shaved in a while. Probably looks
Oh
like
no,
that.
disheveled is one thing, but it's the eyes, the posture, the look of defeat, and if I smell that right, the smell. What's that? Can only be sound of the smell of despair.
Okay, a lady, I've been
Did someone die
swearing-
recently in your family? If that happened to, we're very apologetic, but I hope they at least went well, at least.
Okay, lady,
She's
the
beaming
only-
this entire time.
Yeah, I know. I can hear it in your voice. I just go like, okay, lady. I've been sweating a little bit recently. No need to go that I taste like death. Nobody has died in my family. I'm fine. And the loan that you're talking about is just pure conjecture. I'm actually okay. I'm gonna spill the beans. I have a few people waiting for me in Alkirat. I was supposed to go back with money, and I don't come from a fucking noble family like you, lady. I have to make myself up from the ground. I asked the Church of Asmodeus for a little bit of a loan in money, and now they're waiting for me back, and I have nothing to show for it. I don't want to say anything bad because I know you will eat me alive if I do. So I'm just gonna say this. Back off!
Well, that's unfortunate. I've heard they're quite horrific to those in debt to them. I hope they don't ask for your soul in return.
I hope not to, man. I hope not. Either way, when you said I smell like despair, were you like saying it like metaphorically, or do I actually smell
literally.
like it?
And who is the
Despair
most?
is always such a distinct scent. It smells like what's to say this? Cranberries with some grapes that are slightly overripened, along with what's the smallest hint of alcohol. Normally
Okay,
that of
it's
pretty
probably
bad
alcohol.
booze.
It's probably the alcohol. Yeah, that makes sense. I drank a little too yesterday. That's kind of why the sun is killing me a little. So yeah, that's good to know. I'll be sure to keep the cranberry juice out of my skin so I don't smell like despair and dread. Wait, I have a question, Miss Carmine. Now that I think about it, before I forget, have you felt any kind of horrible emotion? Because you're beaming. Have you had like this sensation that an actual land shark is gonna come out of anything and just eat you alive?
Certainly, but to be honest, that's just home.
There's no land sharks on the north. I know. I've been there.
Oh, not land sharks, but ankigs are a thing, and they do eat random people and things. Normally their population's not that large, but they have been known to be attacking cattle of late. I think they ate a whole herd of 150 Sioux.
That is true.
That was an entire horde of them, but
I kind of sigh, like I go like a defeated sigh, and I go like, "That is true. They do a lot of that." Having my cattle in my village once is just whisked away. Yes.
oh, certainly. Hopefully no farmers with them.
This lady is this. I just.
Who is the most official person here?
What about
Most suspicious person. Just to be fair, keep in mind while you is healed, she unfortunately because it's not magical healing, and she did take a major injury. Yeah. You can't see it, but underneath those wrappings, it's not like her whole body's regenerated yet.
No, I mean, who is the person in charge of our group? As in the person in charge of the
Caravan.
No, because we went back to the city, right? And so is it just us on our own?
No, it's the entire caravan. You guys are walking with it.
I see. The entire caravan went back. I thought we were. Oh, I see.
No, the entire caravan, because 125 people were injured,
Right.
26 haulers were killed.
Okay.
Additional 25 people were killed as well. On top of that,
So
You would have needed to kidnap me, kicking and screaming, coming back just with 5 people back to the city instead of going with the caravan that they're gonna carry on. Like there would no world.
yeah, but I mean, just because we were invited to speak to that woman, is why I assumed it was us ahead or whatever. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The main reason why I'm asking is what would happen to me instead of having. Obviously, I'm still a slave, so I wouldn't necessarily have the freedom to go and rest, would I?
you'd be able to. Someone didn't have to carry you though, if that's the case. If you're trying to rest.
No. That's that's not what I mean.
Oh, I heard rest. I heard rest.
When
too.
they get back to the city.
Yeah, you said when you get back to the city, you guys can go and have a day off, do your thing because we're seeing them tomorrow. But obviously, I'm a slave, so where am I going? Where do I go?
You don't.
Yeah, what happens?
I will say this. Let me clarify. Slaves, you're a slave to the city. You're not necessarily
Yes.
mistreated. You're essentially just a public servant, essentially. So
Oh.
you have a whole thing of housing and stuff like that. Especially with your current you're essentially just paying off your debt to the city for the crime you committed. quote unquote.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you actually just have a
It's more
pretty
like
indentured
Yeah.
servitude than
yeah, it's like
actual
the
slavery.
idealized version of indentured servitude.
Okay, so it's like going to work basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Essentially,
Okay.
you're just working for the city for a certain amount of time.
Cool.
Yeah,
And-
you're working for to pay off your rent and board and your
and the fines to the families and all that
and the
shit.
fines to the family.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Right. Okay, cool. That helps me understand it a bit more. So I would have a particular place that I already have that I could go and stay at, essentially, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep, you'd have your own little dormitory essentially you'd be able to go back to.
Cool. Then that's cool to know. Thank you.
Copy
So
that.
it's the slavery thing for Alkirat is it's very interesting and it's pretty cool, but the issue is it's so weird to explain.
Yeah. That's all right.
I actually didn't even know it was that way.
But yeah, no, you're yeah, you just have a place to stay. You're not like forced to do anything. You're still essentially a person. You just have slightly less rights.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's what kind of what I assumed. I just thought I'd have to go and go to speak to my parole officer, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm back in the city.
Nope.
So but there's no reassignment. Okay.
Yeah, you're not getting reassigned. You're not having any of that issues. You're going to have to talk to the guards. The guards are going to note that you've returned to the city with the documentation you already have, and then you'd be reassigned duties if you were handed something, like if you were supposed to go. But currently speaking, as you are being called by the Sultana, she overrides any decision making in that regard.
Cool. All right, sweet.
So he's a-okay. Grumble's not getting dragged off out of nowhere.
No. It wasn't that. I wasn't too sure what the protocol was. Do you know what I mean? So I'm glad. That's good though. I'm glad. Thank you.
Copy that. That was actually pretty good for everyone. Sorry, Harako, what were you saying?
Yeah, that's all right. There was one thing because I assumed that the bandages and stuff are on Makari. So
Yep.
I'll head over to her and I'll say, "Hey, I've noticed you're not doing so well. Like I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing?"
Oh, I'm not doing too bad. Honestly, feeling red as rain. If there was rain,
Okay.
yeah?
Yeah. Like you're still wearing those bandages and stuff. If you need a bit, I can give it to you, but I'm kind of holding on to it at the moment because I can't seem to draw more magic into me at the moment.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That must feel very awkward.
Yeah, it's just I can't get it going. I don't really know how to explain it. But before we get into this, when we go into the city, I'll get you. Just remind me.
Oh, we
Because that
can
looks
see.
like it looks like it's uncomfortable at the very least.
Oh, not at all. The proof point. She literally sticks her hands into the bandages and like pushes them open, and she's grabbing her own rib. See, not a problem at all.
What the fuck?
Keep in mind, every description of every time she's been attacked has her been utterly uncaring, even though she's been stabbed essentially in the heart multiple times.
Yeah.
Yo, I didn't know her family was fucking Asmodeus. Like, holy shit. That is definitely the devil's doing.
Yeah. But yeah, Coral's just like, yeah, don't put yourself out. Like, I can help if you need it.
I'll certainly take the help. It'll at least make it easier to move these, because currently speaking, I have not the smallest of chests, unfortunately, and having a slash wound down the middle makes it all weird. To the sides, it's not the greatest feeling. It's not that bad, in all honesty. It's honestly more like wearing an oversized t-shirt. Oh, not oversized t-shirt, an undersized shirt.
Okay. Well, we'll do some more walking. Hopefully, I won't need to use my magic before we get into town. And once we get over the boundary of town, I'll give you a heal.
Yeah, as you enter into the Beastlands and travel across it, it is definitely a lot nicer. Still dry, but there's at least some humidity in here from the river that flows through the center of this region. And an hour past that, as you continue onward,
Get some moisture.
it's something. It's better than just dust. But as you continue onward, traveling through, you can see in the far distance something that you have seen before, but it is resplendent to see coming from the desert. Seeing that the light of the sun itself shines upon it and causes the whole city to glow almost. Hold up.
Very cool.
Probably so pretty in Roll 20. I can imagine.
Oh wow.
Can someone share their screen or do a screenshot, please? I would like to see too.
Yes, as the sun glints off the golden domes of the city of Alkirat itself, it is certainly impressive. As the thriving hub of commerce and law, it stands gleaming like a jewel within the desert itself, a diamond in the rough. Elegantly cobbled streets, shaded by the flowing silks, provide it a welcome escape from the sun. Majestic white stone spires rise in the distance, cutting a breathtaking figure against the sky. Endless markets, brim with treasures and goods, while the air carries the rich aroma of exotic spices. Tieflings clad in vibrant silks and, well, can be seen strolling through the heats, while street performers dazzle onlookers with fiery magic. And that is just from a distance. As you enter towards what is the Great Gates of Alkirat, specifically that of the Ruby Gates, the one that you had left from once before, it is certainly an awe-inspiring sight to see. Out front, large amount of both guards, traders, and other individuals make their way towards the city itself, all being stopped by the guards. Some pass through, some passing coin, but the many voices can be heard even from here, from a great distance. As you approach, getting closer to the city itself, stepping upon those cobbled stone paths, so much nicer than the sand that was sinking beneath your feet, threatening to drag you in or tripping you outright. You stand beneath the sandstone walls, as currently many individuals seemingly are speaking with the guards at the very front of the caravan before a grunt can be heard, and just, all right, make your way in, have your gold ready, and name and application, please, and reason for leaving as well. Please, please speak with any of the guards you see. If they approach you, please help us through this so we can get you all in a timely manner before the gates close for this afternoon. As over the next 10 or so minutes, guards go up and down the lines, talking to people, collecting coin and otherwise. But eventually, they do reach your group. Now, welcome back to Alkirat. Name, please, and reason for leaving.
You first, Gore. Genuinely first.
Oh, yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Paul Nash. How much was it to get in again?
1 gold piece.
Oh, yeah, sure. Here you go. Hands over a gold. And we'll say, yeah, I'm here to write a book. It's about food and travel. There's been a lot of sand, and the food hasn't really been much different since I left. There wasn't really anything growing. Hopefully, Alkirat will be a more interesting environment.
And it certainly is, with all of its grandeur. Welcome back, Miss Korash. Next!
Well, hello there, as I will step forth.
Alright, name?
Aru!
You see him raise an eyebrow? Very well, Mr. Aru. Gold piece, or are you a resident?
Actually, question, Cyber, would I consider the resident due to my...
Yeah, you'd be considered a resident because you've been staying here for the past while.
I am a resident.
I'll look you over. Just double checking. Anyone named Aru on any of the list? There's one, boss. Oh, welcome back, Mr. Aru. Apologies for the suspicion. I don't remember you leaving the city anytime recently.
It happens. By the way, can you tell Kalkos his daughter was wishing for a kitten this weekend, and he just walks away.
He looks at you with a bit of surprise, like, what the hell? Next.
Where are we gonna get a kitten from? God damn it.
The funny bit is, we don't. Alkirat knows what a certain kid wished for birthday.
Displays of beast hunting.
Alright. Macaro,
just
step up next.
Okay.
You like Macaro Carmine. Welcome back, Miss Carmine. What happened to your adventure? Things. I'm certain you'll hear from others. If she placed a single gold piece. And here's 2, by the way. Oh, thank you, miss. Of course. She keeps the same extraordinarily pleasant smile on her face as she kind of sachets past the guard, and the guard just kind of looks with a slight blush, like, what's happening today? First Aru, now this weird chick.
Then I slap my wrist on the side and show my tag, just not saying anything.
Yeah, here's an odd. Welcome back, then.
And I'll carry on walking.
Witch.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be next. Just kinda confused to approach this. I've never left the city before, so I kinda am unsure as to how this process goes. I go, Jesse, Wyoming. I resides in the Artisan's Quarter. Don't know if you have me over there.
Yeah, we have you. We had to go pull out the listing for when the caravan originally left. 1 gold piece.
Oh, it's 1 gold piece. Kind of caught me off guard. I just start rummaging quickly, and it's like, yes. Grab 1 out, and I hand it to him. I kind of unsure if he's kind of swindling me for money. You know what? Right before I give him, I kind of stop. Can I roll insight?
Roll me insight.
Someone roll me insight, please. Roll me a 1d20. So funny that I actually have to ask people to do it. It's so I actually kind of like it.
I
4.
got you a 4, unfortunately, my guy.
God damn it!
Consistent.
Score!
Consistent.
Why do I always get? Why do I always get bad rolls? No matter who rolls for me, it's over. Okay. Nice.
You absolutely think he's trying to swindle you.
With a 4? Fuck. Yeah, I didn't even get a plus anything. I didn't even get a plus anything. So I'm gonna go raise my eyebrow, right? So right before I had it, I stopped. I raised my eyebrow, go like, I thought I was supposed to not give anything when I am a resident, technically.
Where are your papers for residency?
Kind of my eyes go like, papers what?
Papers what?
Yeah, exactly like that. I mean, perhaps I left it in my home in the son's quarter. I just said it. I live there. If you let me pass, I could go get them for you.
1 gold piece or no entry.
You have no shame, and I'm giving the gold piece. I just walk forward.
He looks back. You know it's the traditional cost, correct?
I stop. I look back. I don't even know if he's fooling me anymore. So
No, you literally watch another person, another human, walk by and grab a gold piece and enter, as he just kind of gives you a look.
I think it's hilarious.
I actually kind of go like, oh, yeah. I was just testing you. Yeah. Can someone roll me this?
The funniest bit is he just sees me walk in without having to pay, then he has to get paid, and then the next person pays. So it's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Shit is hard to get through. A lady that can survive the dirtiest hit. A random person telling his co-worker, his daughter, what he was wishing for, and now this.
I need the recording
having the weirdest of days.
I need the recording of this session ASAP, Asmo. I need you to know. Okay, so someone roll me deception?
Okay. Are you sure you want me to roll it?
I'll roll it. Let's see if my luck works a little better.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh no, 18.
13.
Oh no, he beat me out. He was faster. No, 13.
13. Okay. It's true. The rule is whoever rolls first gets the number. That's it. That's the way it goes. Okay, so
unfortunately, that means the 18 belongs to the guard. As the guard just looks at you and goes, yeah. Of course, sir. Of course. Next!
I'm a good man. I just keep walking forward.
Oh, man.
I'm a good man, he says.
After completely bullshitting my way through, yeah.
Alright.
Okay, I approached the guard.
Hold up a second. I just heard a big bang. I want to make sure no one like, fell over and injured myself in my house. Hold up.
Wait a minute, we getting Horishimida. That's a nuke.
It's like that Jerma clip where he literally goes like, "What the?"
Terminator 2 vibes.
Just God, goodness gracious. By Jove, I hope it's fine. Osmo, you are recording this session, right?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to be sure. This session is being fucking awesome. I want this in my wall playing constantly. It's fun. It's been fun. Oh, I didn't expect we'd still be role playing, man. I thought we would get to the gates and immediately stop. No complaints.
It's one of the best moments of this session. Just bullshitting this one guard.
We're getting the character dynamics very good now. we're actually getting solid on us.
Alright. Yeah, but once again, next as the guard, once again, in like black and red armor with white trim. Ushers the next one of you forward, which is I think Raphael.
Yep.
Go get him, Ramon.
So, what's the question for the guard?
Oh,
Yeah, and I was going to say I was waiting for him to stop talking. But yes, he would say name and reason for leaving.
The name's Raphael, and I'm researching the history of the region.
Oh, you studious types. Honestly, quite a few of you in this grouping. 1 gold piece for re-entry.
Okay, my character would have no clue that this is a scam, so he would hand it right over. I just toss him a gold piece.
Alright, he takes it. Thank you very much. Make your way inside.
Thank you.
Smooth sailing from here, boys. That was the toughest part of this bar.
As the great gates swing open to allow you admittance into the great city of Karat, once again, the first thing you see is the overwhelming visual stimuli of people in all different colors of silks covering the very walkways, tieflings of all colors, people harking their wares, thaumaturgically increased voices, slogans and otherwise, and many just playing with fire, as those about already are, well, enjoying their days, some enjoying the street performances by those fire breathers, or those able to manipulate flames with their own infernal talents, drawing much laughter and attention from children and from those passerbys alike. You see a few humans, some Kenku, what looks like a pair of Minotaur slaves currently hauling in what looks to be a huge sarcophagus. And
what?
Oh, so much more.
I'm sorry. Is like what is sarcophagus like? Actually, like a Nubian relic?
It looks like.
Can I take a closer look as they are walking by?
They're not walking by. They're off in the distance, maybe like 100 feet ahead of you.
Okay, I'm approaching like not nonchalantly, trying to like not act like I'm literally getting like interested by it, and I'm gonna take about like 30 feet away. I'm gonna take a peek to see where it's like origin of some kind. Would it be investigation or something?
Yeah, roll me investigation.
Okay, Corey, you just hit him. Go get him.
I believe. Hey,
It's a 12.
It's above a 10.
Okay, so that is a 14. What is a 14 gonna give me?
It definitely is a Nubian by design, though everything else, I'm honestly unable to tell, as the two Minotaurs kind of look over to you as a tiefling man well dressed in what looks to be very expensive clothes. What are you looking at?
I was just seeing.
If you're going to look, go to the action. Back to the line.
No, apologies. I run. I get out. I get too awkward. I leave. Hey, who was that man?
Damn humans.
Hypothetically.
Damn humans. All right.
Yeah.
So guys, should we meet here like in 24 hours or like that, or something like that?
Yeah, that works.
All right. So 24 hours. I will meet you all here, and I will give you the part of your money. All right.
Sure. Whatever. It would be good. My money's kind of running low, and I have to pay rent.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, by the way, as you're saying that, Jesse, roll me a perception check.
Copy that. You heard him, Gore. Roll me perception.
All right, let's go.
I can
Make haste.
Everything's fine. Everything's just fine.
It's a 2.
Okay, that's a 2. That did nothing. It's a 2.
A 2 means you got distracted by one of the street performers, a tiefling woman of actually substantial height, standing like 6 foot, smaller than Callista, with like crystal blue skin, dazzling like dark blue eyes, and is currently weaving to blue flames together into a quite entrancing dance that you just unfortunately get kind of transfixed on for the next couple moments. Kind of deaf to the world.
Of course.
Am I getting mugged? Can someone take a look at me in the meantime while I'm doing this? No, this is like genuinely something Jesse would do. He would absolutely get like, he would clap like the people dancing. Like he would be really into it.
Tourist. That's what you are. You're a tourist.
I'm a tourist. I really am. Actually, I don't know if you were here, Cyber, but I asked Aro if there were like souvenirs on Kunithan Keep when I got there. I genuinely am a tourist, man.
Yeah, you are a tourist.
Anyways, yeah, I'm just like,
What the consequences, DM?
The consequences? You don't know.
Yeah, of course. I got a 2. How am I gonna know? Hands, shut up. Don't remind me of that. I'm just gonna go like, oh, sorry, apologies.
Yeah, but what does everyone want to do? Because I will say this, shopping, if you guys are gonna go to the bazaar, I would like to actually have a longer scene with that, but we probably don't have the time to do that. Unless you guys just want to shop and just be like, we'll go back to the bazaar later to go buy stuff.
I actually think I want to wait next session for that, because I would go to the bazaar. I want to take a few peeks at that.
Yeah, for me, I want to wait before I buy anything, but I want to sell before first.
Yeah, we can say you sell. That's like you can sell within the 8 hours. If you're not going to buy anything, we can say that you were able to sell all your goods. Are you trying to haggle to get better?
Does
should I test the fates party?
Asma, what's up, dude?
Nothing. I'm just wondering. Does the city count as an oasis, or do we have to wait till the proper?
Yes, it does. Yeah, I was also gonna say that was also gonna be the thing I was gonna say is that you all level up as soon as you get into it.
And we
You're all at level 2.
I have Moxie.
Okay, DM note: I pick up Agonizing Blast and one blade, one that.
I was gonna say don't tell me just yet. That's why I was gonna say, do we want to do anything else, or before we?
Enough. My bad.
Because if we're still doing stuff, I don't want to get all this information and be like, I completely lost it.
Nah, it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll keep it a secret from you, DM. You will never know what I picked. Anyways, yeah, exactly what you want.
Cora's going to walk over to Miss Carmine and sort of hand her a white flower and cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay. Oh, that's greatly appreciated. Thank you, Miss. Thank you, Cora.
Oh, 10 healing.
As you see, you see her quickly, honestly, with little care, just literally rips off the bandages. And unfortunately, because of how she had to tie it, that means she's just kind of. There's a significant amount of boob window now shown. As pale skin
nice.
kind of entrances a few guys. It's like she waves at him. Oh, thank you again.
Thank God I'm not there. I would have.
Just don't be stupid. Don't be like those D&D players of like, let's go try to harass the character only to get decked.
No, Jesus Christ, no. I would only do it if I know that the NPC is gonna be like, oh, you're a fucking idiot, and then slap me. And that's it. Where's
Oh, God.
So
But is anyone else doing anything besides you, Cora? Who, once again, she does, nod, thank you, and then she's also gonna be like, oh, by the way, yeah, take this. She's gonna hand you 25 gold pieces for the trouble.
oh,
what the hell?
Oh,
I need the money.
okay. Yeah, that's thank you very much. Just gonna say, friends rate though, and she'll handle 5.
aw.
Oh, that's appreciated. Well, regardless, I'm going to find a place to stay for the night. I shall see you all in the morning.
Hey, are you gonna get like a double room?
No, certainly.
Can I just crash with you?
Oh, not a problem.
Oh,
That makes sense.
Hey, it's,
I'll be in the. I'll be in the within the palace.
Okay.
Is
Hey,
this
Raphael, do you have a place to sleep?
is there somewhere?
Aru,
Go on.
Go on.
Sorry, no, go for it.
Aru just a little bit picks on the side of Cora's. Oh, you're a ladies' man, aren't you?
Oh no.
Corey's a woman.
Yeah.
This is what we call ladies' lady, if that's
Oh,
the point.
sorry. Oh, sorry. I didn't know that. I never seen anybody art, to be honest.
Wait, really? Oh, that makes sense. That explains a lot.
Yeah, I never seen. I never seen anybody's fit image in full picture except Osmo.
Oh,
I am Jace from Arcane.
Yeah, I see that one.
That's good to know.
Sorry, but, you're a ladies man, ladies woman. My bad. Okay, my bad.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm a gentleman's woman as well, I guess. I hope.
Fair enough.
She's an everyone's woman. I get it. I see the position.
All right. With that said, so going back to things on hand. So as you're kind of saying farewells and stuff, Aru, you're going to go sell, right?
So it would be a performance check to trying to make it a little bit higher.
Persuasion, not performance.
Oh,
Well,
I mean,
Yeah.
can I
Sing a small jingle to say that they're gonna pay a little bit more for it.
assist? Like my plan was to go shopping, go and sell them some stuff, and then I want to go and perform somewhere, like on the street, if that's okay.
Okay, so yeah, that's perfectly fine. But I'm gonna be okay if we're gonna do that. How about we? How about we set the street performance and then go into the bazaar for a next session thing, because that's gonna be like
Okay.
40 minutes.
Oh yeah, fair
That's
enough.
good,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Raphael, do you have a place to sleep in the city?
Eric, I just said it. No risk it. Straight up money. Nothing. In the 8 hours. Not gonna risk it. Risk it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
we're
also
gonna we're
have,
just gonna say bazaar next session is gonna be a next session thing.
Planet, I like
I have,
it.
I have 2 spare light crossbows that need to disappear into gold pieces. To be
Yep.
fair, the third one could also disappear into gold pieces. It's half value, isn't it? I can just transfer.
No. That's
Next
for
session.
non-magical weapons. You sell them at full price.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So you can just sell your crossbows for a full price.
Cool.
But
Raphael, so are you gonna stay somewhere in the city? Like, do you have a plan?
Yeah, probably. I think my plan is to try and look for a historian or a library or something to do some research and then just find an inn or something to sleep in.
Copy that, bro. Copy that.
All right. Yeah. With all that said, and I'm noting all this down. I think this is a good place to end it off. And okay, so for confirmation for next session, and then because we got some level up things to do all together. Next session's gonna start off with Grumble's street performance, and then the bizarre shopping experience with everyone. And then we're going to have Raphael going to the Museum of Nubian Studies.
Ooh.
And that'll be the beginning of next session.
Very
Everyone
cool.
chill with that?
Yeah.
I'm fucking
Yes.
really into it. Let's go.